I'm a portrait/fashion photographer and I make more money from a single photo shoot than most people make in 2 weeks worth or even a month's worth of wages at their normal 9-to-5 job. I'll do a photo shoot which is around on average about 8 hours if you're including the pre-production phase, the production like actually doing the photo shoot, and then the post-production like editing the photos, which is usually a single standard work shift for most people. And I'll make 2 weeks, sometimes even a month's worth of their wages from one shoot. And this is the type of work that you want to be doing. This is the life that you want to live. You don't want to commute and be forced to clock into an office and to a shift that you don't really want to do. You want to be able to work at any point. You want to have a very flexible schedule. You actually want to have free time so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. And even if your day job or your office job or whatever right now pays quite well, it's not the same or even comparable to a photographer like myself who would get paid the same or sometimes even less money. You work significantly less and your job is actually fun, where it doesn't even feel like work. And because I have this job, I have more free time than most people. Like most of my friends who work standard 9-to-5 and they do like shift jobs, they don't have much free time. Like they have to go to the gym after work. I can go to the gym whenever I like. I go to a really nice fancy gym. I work significantly less than most of those people and I can still go to a really nice, I can still afford to go to a really nice gym that has all this things I want, the spa, the gym itself. It's amazing. I also have a lot of free time to film these YouTube videos, to produce videos. I edit my videos, I script my videos, I film my videos all by myself, and I'm able to make videos like once every other day. And I have another job. Like I have 2 jobs essentially, as a YouTuber and a photographer. And I'm still able to be consistent in both. Think about that. Like I've been doing YouTube for over a year now and I've been able to be consistent for that entire year without sacrificing my photography. I'm still able to maximize my photography earnings while still maximizing my YouTube. And obviously that doesn't apply to you, you don't do YouTube, but what I'm trying to say is it proves the point that I have so much free time that I'm literally able to like pursue a completely different career. Like obviously it's related to photography in a way because I'm talking about my photography, but still the fact that I'm able to just go on and do YouTube videos as well and do my photography and get paid a lot of money to do photography, that's a big flex. And obviously I can go out whenever I want, so I can work whenever I want. I'm not on a fixed schedule, like you have to work from this hour to this hour, you have to clock out or clock in. Like I can do what I want. And again, the work that I actually do is fun. It doesn't even feel like work. And once you want to learn even more beyond these videos about how to make money as a portrait photographer, click the top link below, which is my photography program, Photo Genius University. That will give you all the information that you need to know to building up a profitable photography business. So again, if you're interested, click the top link below for more details and let's get back into the video. How can I turn my portrait photography into a career? You'd be surprised how simple it actually is. So in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to building up a profitable photography business, no matter where you live, what your experience level is, your skill, or your network. Follow the Photo Genius protocol. The first step to the Photo Genius protocol, shoot friends and family. You just want to do photo shoots with your friends and your family first because you want to relieve that tension there, because if you start working with actual models at the start, first thing, you may not find any models in your experience level, but even if you do, it's going to be very nerve-wracking for you because now you're working with an actual model and you don't know what to do, and it's not exactly the best experience for you because you're just stressing out, you're just worrying about stressing out the entire time without actually taking the best photos possible. So first thing I would suggest you do is by taking pictures of your friends and family, people that you're comfortable with already. And with these photo shoots, another way to kind of relieve that tension is treat these photo shoots like a hangout. Like don't plan it out as an official photo shoot. Don't be like, okay, we're gonna go to a studio or we're gonna do this and we're just gonna go take photos and go home. No. Treat it like a hangout. Like go out with your friend, go out, get some coffee, get a drink, go shopping or something like that, right? Whatever you're doing. Do something that you usually do with your friends, play a sport, whatever, and then take photos along the way. Because then there isn't any pressure to taking good photos, because if you get no good photos out of it, that's fine, because you had a fun time with your friend, you had a quality time with your mom or your dad or your sister or one of your best mates or something like that, right? So it's like, it doesn't really matter if your photos don't turn out that well compared to if it was like a dedicated photo shoot, because then it's like if you get bad photos, it's like, oh, what a waste of time, that was terrible, and then you can have this like negative connotation with your photography, which will obviously help you want to improve even more. But in this stage, just have fun with it. Just experiment as much as possible. Do everything you can do. Try out different lenses if you have different lenses. Like, try out different compositions. Go super low, go super high, go eye level. Start by like playing around with lighting if you're going to use lighting. Play around with like types of poses that you want to do. Don't be afraid to take shit photos. Like, don't be afraid, oh, like, the photos are going to turn out good. Like, doesn't matter. Don't play it safe. Like, just go all out, because now you're working with your friend. There's no like pressure there. So just do everything you can to get some photos. Try out everything. And for these photo shoots, just do as much as possible. I would say once or twice a week. Like on the weekend or something like that, when you have time, just literally just like take as many photos as possible, do as many photo shoots as possible, organize a hangout with your mate and like go, okay, I'm gonna take some photos as well. Bring your camera everywhere you go, take portraits of your friends, of your family, just do everything. Just do like as many shoots as possible, because I have a student on my photography program. I have a photography program, I personally coach people and stuff like that, and we have these weekly calls where I go through your portfolio, I go through the work that you've created recently, I critique it, if it's on the technical aspect, it's from other aspects, whatever. And I have a student on there who's kind of in this phase where like they're shooting their friends, they're doing a couple of like model shoots occasionally, and he's doing like a shoot every single week. He even said to me, like, I'm trying to shoot at least once a week to kind of keep like the ball rolling, to keep my creative juices flowing, and like that's amazing. And he's made so much progress ever since joining the program. He joined a few months ago, and he's made so much progress because he does so many photo shoots. Like, you can literally physically see in the photos. Like, when I look at his first photo shoot that he did, not the first photo shoot that he's ever done, but like the first photo shoot that I looked at compared to his most recent photo shoot that I looked at, it's like night and day difference in terms of the lighting, in terms of the compositions. He's able to make so much progress in such a little amount of time because he's been able to put in that work. He's really focused on quantity over quality. That's another thing too. Don't fixate over quality. Don't be like, oh, like, I can't do that because like, oh, the photo shoot isn't going to turn out that good. The photos don't be picky with it, basically. Just like, you're new, you're not going to be good at photography. Like, it doesn't matter if your photos turn out bad. At least you're taking photos and you're improving, you know what I mean? Because right now, your focus isn't on like, I want every photo shoot to be the best photo shoot I've ever done. Like, no, your focus right now is just learning on how to improve, how to get better. Okay, so step 2 in the Photo Genius protocol: shoot non-models and do genius shoots. So now that you've kind of learned the basics of your camera, you've learned the basics of composition, even lighting from the first stage of shooting your friends and your family, doing a lot of photo shoots, you can now be more specific about what styles that you want to do. You really want to treat this as the experimental phase of your career. You're trying out everything, basically. Like, obviously I said in the first point, trying out everything, but in that case it was more about compositions, it was more about, oh, what settings I should use or something like that, right? But for this part, it's more about your style as a photographer, because obviously your style as a photographer, you didn't know, is extremely important if you want to start landing clients in the future, especially high paying clients. Because I have a signature style to my work, I attract a lot of clients in that way. So this is the time where you're trying to find that signature style of yours. The reason why I say to shoot aspiring models or non-models is because they don't really know how to pose. For the most part, most like non-models or aspiring models, they're not really good at modeling. Like, it sounds rude, but obviously because they're not that experienced, they're going to struggle with stuff like posing or trying to do this sort of thing or whatever. So the reason why I would say to shoot them is because it challenges you as a photographer to make them look good on camera, basically. Because if you imagine, if you're photographing a pro model, they know what they're doing. They can just, I've worked with professional models before, and they didn't know what they're doing. I worked with models in agencies and stuff, and you don't even need to direct them. You can just be silent and just take photos and just be like, everything's just perfect. You know what I mean? But when you work with a photographer, or sorry, a model who isn't a pro and is still learning, you have to almost like go in manual mode for a second and be like, okay, do this pose, do that, and you'll really have to direct them, because now you're getting that experience with modeling, with directing and posing that model, which is kind of similar to what you've been doing in the first point too, in the first stage, but in this one it's going to be much more of a more advanced level. Obviously you can shoot actual models too, but I would suggest you kind of prioritize, especially when you're earlier on in this stage, to shoot more aspiring models that don't really know what they're doing, because you get that experience of meticulously posing the model, because you have to look out for those little nitpicks in their posing, like their hand placement, or their chin level, or their posture, which is obviously something that is second nature for pro models, but for someone who's aspiring, who's trying to get into it, who doesn't have much experience, that's something that they need to work on. And what do I mean by genius shoots? Well, you want to take the photo shoot super seriously. You want to plan the photo shoot, you want to budget it, and you also want to source a team for that photo shoot. So planning your photo shoot is like you're planning out the lighting. What is the lighting going to be for the photo shoot? Making diagrams for that. You're making mood boards for the shoot. You're making a specific shot list, like what poses am I going to do? Maybe stuff like locations, like think about specifically what location am I going to shoot in? How am I going to use that location with the shot list? How am I going to like fuse them together? Let's talk about the set design, talk about the makeup that you want, the styling that you want to do for the photo shoot. You're going all out for it basically, because right now you probably think that you're planning out your photo shoots. You're probably doing the thing of like, oh, I made a little mood board, so I'm planning the photo shoot. Like, no. Planning the photo shoot doesn't mean just, okay, I'm gonna like make a little mood board, but it also means by making a mood board or a plan for every aspect of the shoot, you're considering everything in the photo shoot. And obviously I have other videos on my channel going into more detail with how you can plan your photo shoots. I'll probably put a video up here which will explain in more detail, but you can find them on my channel. I'll talk about it basically all of my videos. So if it's the first time watching me, yeah, watch the other videos. Budgeting the photo shoot means, well, you're budgeting the photo shoot. You're putting money towards the shoot to elevate the concept, because going back to the planning, you're thinking about a concept for the photo shoot too. You know what I mean? So you may have to budget that photo shoot. Maybe there's a certain type of clothing piece that you want, but you can't have because you didn't put money towards it. Or maybe you want to shoot in a studio, but now you got to pay for a studio. So you spend like $50 to $100 on a studio booking or something like that. Like you're doing something like that to kind of elevate the shoot a little bit more. And I generally think you should do this for most of your photo shoots. Like you can have photo shoots where you don't really put money towards it and it's more of like a chill one. I've done that before, but nowadays if I'm doing these more portfolio or collaborative shoots, basically on all the photo shoots that I do, I am budgeting in it in some sort of way. Like I'm putting some sort of money towards, maybe it's buying film because I shoot a lot of film, if it's booking a studio, if it's like buying an outfit for the model or something like that, like some similar stuff like that, anything like that. And you don't have to put that much money towards the photo shoots too. Don't think you have to spend like hundreds of dollars or hundreds of pounds on a photo shoot. You want to spend less like $100, that's fine. I think that's really good. That literally like $50 to $100 is all you need to really elevate that concept, to really transform the photos. And then you want to source a team for that photo shoot. So you want to get a makeup artist, maybe you want to get a stylist, maybe you want to get an assistant just to help you out with setting up lights so the photo shoot flows much better and it gets done much quicker, like stuff like that. I would literally say like try to replicate a super professional, high budget, high-end photo shoot as much as possible for your shoot. So you can imagine for like a Vogue shoot, for example, they've got the makeup artist, the stylist, they've even got like ADs, like assistant directors, like kind of like managing the schedule of the photo shoot. You've got the assistants, you've got maybe the gaffers, like the people helping light the model with the photographer, like you've got stuff like that. Try to almost do that, try to replicate that as much as possible with the limitations that you have, with the network that you have, with the people that you know, with the budget that you have. Try to replicate it as much as possible, basically. Like try to go all out as much as possible. So if you know a makeup artist, you know a stylist, and you know someone that could help you out with lighting or something like that, get them on the shoot. Don't try to do it by yourself. Like get them on the shoot. Be like, okay, I need a makeup artist, I need a stylist, I need this. Like get as many people as possible. Really try to like elevate it to another level. Make it as easy as possible for you, basically, because it's just gonna be better. Because also when you're doing it in that way, you're gaining that experience of working with a team. Because imagine like you're a photographer who only works with you and the model, just you and the model. Then when you start booking shoots of teams, it's like you don't even know what to do. You're like, oh, how do I communicate? Like, you don't even know what to do because you don't have that experience. But if you had that experience beforehand of like sourcing a makeup artist or sourcing a stylist, you get that experience. And obviously if you don't know a makeup artist or a stylist or something like that, use this time to build up your network. Find stylists to work with, find makeup artists to work with. Like, I don't care where you live. I don't be like, oh, I don't live in New York or London, so how can I do that? Like, I don't live in those places either. I live in Birmingham, UK. I don't have like a massive fashion scene here yet. I've built up a massive network of makeup artists, models, stylists, and we've also been with that too. Just don't be picky with the people that you want to work with. Don't be like, well, there's no specific fashion stylist or specific fashion makeup artist in my area, so I can't find anyone. Like, you don't need to find specific fashion people or people with fashion experience. You could just find a stylist that is just good at dressing. You could find someone who's just good at dressing people and has good fashion sense. Or a makeup artist, someone that can just do makeup. Like, it doesn't have to specifically be like, okay, I need to pick someone who has a lot of fashion experience and stuff. Like, no, like, you can get someone who doesn't have any experience, but that could do the best job possible. You could do a good job on your photo shoots. And especially in this like stage of your career, you don't need like a massive, super experienced stylist to take good photos. Like, what? Like, your photo shoot was like a £50 budget, $50 budget, and you want like a massive professional fashion stylist. Like, no, I've literally worked with stylists in the past who aren't really stylists. So they're just really good at dressing people, or they're kind of aspiring stylists that don't want to get into it and they want to start by getting in the industry and stuff like that, but they don't really market themselves as a stylist, but they have some styling experience or like basically no styling experience, and they do an amazing job. And another thing you want to do, research about your dream clients. Like, don't be limiting in your beliefs here. Don't start being like, oh, I can't think about Nike or Adidas or Louis Vuitton or Dior because that's too far away. Like, no, right now, think about the dream brands that you want to work with, the dream clients that you want to work with, the dream shoots. Like, what is the most ideal shoot that you want to be doing and getting paid for? Think about those types of shoots and then see how you could navigate your current portfolio to those shoots, because the only way you're going to be able to land clients who want that type of work is if you have a portfolio that is similar to that type of work. So once you've kind of found your style, once you've kind of found that dream client, you can kind of like, make work that aligns to that type of style of shooting. I would say in this stage, you want to do about 2 to 4 photo shoots per month, because you still want to do a lot of these, because again, it's your experimental phase. You want to learn about different types of lighting techniques, different types of color grading techniques, different types of models, different types of styling. So you want to do this a lot. This is the stage that you want to get out of as quickly as possible, basically. And also in this stage, you could be getting some shoot bookings right now. You could be booking some shoots with some clients because you are getting better as a photographer. So you could expect some money coming through. And most of my students on my photography program, like I mentioned earlier, are in this more intermediate, more experimental phase. And because they're in the program, they're going to get out of that stage as quickly as possible, because I'm personally coaching them. I am personally going on calls with them. I'm telling them exactly what type of work they need to create. So it prevents too much experimenting, because I was in the stage about a year or so back and I was doing so many photo shoots. It took me like a year to get out of this phase. But if you were in the program, if I had access to a program like this back then, I would have been out of this in like 2 months. But because obviously the program didn't exist, because obviously I didn't make it or someone else didn't make it, it took a long time to get out of. So if you're in this stage at the moment, it's more intermediate stage. Even if you're in the first stage where you're kind of like still learning about your camera, this program is for you. I literally give you the blueprint to your success as a photographer. I'll tell you exactly how to build up a profitable photography business and give you all of my industry insights, basically. So if you're interested in that, click the top link below. I want to see you inside the program, making as fast as progress as possible. Okay, so step 3 in the Photo Genius protocol, master your style. So now that you've found your style through the experimental phase, stick to that and just master it. Again, like the last point, do genius shoots. You're planning the photo shoot, you're budgeting the photo shoot, you're sourcing a team for that photo shoot, you're taking it very seriously, and you want to take the time that you spend building up your portfolio and mastering your craft as precious as possible. I don't want you wasting time with people because they message you for a photo shoot, because when you're in this phase, by the way, you will get a lot of people trying to message you for collab shoots and stuff like that, right? Don't just accept it because it's like your first time getting those shoots. It might seem very exciting because, oh my God, people are messaging me for photo shoots. This is amazing, when it's usually me messaging them for photo shoots. So you get all excited and you start accepting all these photo shoots and you realize they're a waste of time because they don't really align with your style and your current work. And it's a bit, yeah, because when you found your style, you want to stick to that. Like, clients don't want to see like a bunch of range, because you want to make sure that every single photo shoot that you do, it hits. It's like that. It's like your best new photo shoot, basically. Every shoot that you do should be like, okay, that's my best work yet. That's my best work yet. It improves every single time, basically. It hits. It's like a really big like impact of your portfolio in a positive way, in your portfolio, very positive impact. Everything that you do is super intentional, and one mistake that you may make when you're in this stage, when you've kind of found your style or whatever, you might want to start experimenting a little bit, trying different things, different types of shooting and stuff like that, right? That's the mistake a lot of people make, and you don't want to be making that mistake. You want to stick to your style as much as possible, because once you start, like I said earlier, once you start by trying different things and doing all this other stuff, you have like a very cluttered portfolio of all different types of styles and everything like that. Like, you can have a consistent style without it being repetitive, by the way. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a style that you can still do other things, but don't just try to divert completely differently. Don't do something completely different. You basically don't want to seem as if like your portfolio is a bunch of different photographers' work. Like, you want to have every single photo shoot that you've done, it flows really well with like, hey, there's consistency there. Even if some of them look different, even if some of them have like a different type of lighting or different type of location that you usually shoot in. If let's say you usually shoot in studios, but there's locations outdoors, it still flows really well, even if those things are different. And again, going back to the second point, think about your dream clients. Think about the type of work that you want to be creating and getting paid for. So from now on, stick to that. When you're doing these portfolio collaborative shoots, stick to that. Create work that aligns with that sort of shooting. And from now on, you just want to keep going. Like, just don't stop. Just keep doing these photo shoots. You want to do about 1 to 3 photo shoots per month. Obviously, genius shoots per month. Don't want to do too much. It's really about quality over quantity here. You really want to focus on how you can make your best work yet. Basically, like, have that like intention in your mind, where it's like every single photo shoot that you do, you have that intention of like, I want this to be the best photo shoot I've ever done. And when you have that mindset or that intention, your work is going to be amazing. So just follow that step-by-step guide of that Photo Genius protocol, and I'll guarantee you will land clients. But these steps, they're very simple, but they aren't quick. Like, it's easy for me to say like, oh, just do a bunch of experimenting or do this and do that, but that can take quite a while. It took me about 2 to 3 years to get to the position that I am in today. So that's why I created my photography program, Photo Genius University, so you can accelerate that progress. I don't want you just twiddling your thumbs for months being like, oh, what do I do next? Like, you're going through a lot of trial and error, not knowing what to do next, what to do now, what do I do about this client, or how do I land clients in general? Like, you don't really know what to do. Again, it's very simple for me to keep saying like, oh, just do that, just do this, but I will essentially just hold your hand if you join the program. I'll hold your hand and tell you exactly what you need to do next, and you're basically never going to worry about, oh, what do I do now as a photographer? What do I do this? What do I do that? Like, you're never going to be stuck in a rut, basically. Like, all my students on my photography program that I talk to on a weekly basis and I've watched the courses, they know what to do. They know what to do. Every time that I give them homework sometimes, like, tell them exactly what you need to do next. They know what to do. They never had those phases anymore where it's like, oh, what do I do next? They're lost, they don't know what to do, they're not making any progress, and that won't happen if you join the program. And also too, it's only $47 a month. It's so cheap, and that's a really good investment on your photography. That's like a price of an SD card, you know what I mean? Like, or one photo shoot, like one genius shoot a month. Like, it's really cheap. I make it cheap on purpose too, so you get access to it, and like, it's not like hidden behind a massive paywall. So yeah, click the top link below if you want to join the program. I want to see you inside the program making serious progress. But that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Click on any of these videos here to learn more about portrait photography, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.